Morning. I can't do two things at once. How are you this morning?
Okay.
Be careful shoveling.
Yeah, well, I actually don't shovel. I have a great big scoop
Ah,
that I load up and build ramps and slide it up the ramp, and that's the way I do it.
oh, good.
Years ago, the doctor told me that the only thing I couldn't do was shovel snow. And he said it's not because you technically couldn't, but he said people who shovel snow don't know when to stop.
Mm.
He
I
said
think he's right.
if you were digging a garden, you would just intuitively, automatically stop every once in a while. But he said that doesn't happen with snow shoveling. So,
That's interesting. I wonder how accurate that is. Jeff is going to be late.
oh, okay.
He sent me a text. Um, I don't know what's going on, but we got a lot of snow.
Not as much as Providence.
That's true. No, we didn't get 37 and a half inches. No.
Right.
I was glad I was no longer living in Providence. Uh,
Yeah. My stepson lives in Pembroke, and he got 24,
mm,
something like that, 27. Um, and apparently it was coming down at places at 4 inches an hour. So,
whoa. Just pouring it out of a bucket.
yep. I was saying to Cynthia this morning that means I'd go out the front door, shovel the front pathway to the cars, and have to start all over again to come
And
back into the house. So,
yeah. Uh, well, be careful.
yeah, yeah. I yeah, don't want to go anywhere, so
I I had the husband of a close friend who passed shoveling. Made me realize.
yeah, yeah.
I knew someone else who was not shoveling but was snow blowing and had a heart attack and died.
Wow.
But I'm just waiting for our guy Travis to come and dig us out. We were plowed yesterday, so
Yeah.
although if we get 3 more inches, I'm going to think we need to be plowed again because he
I
didn't. It
I'm
looked to me like he left a bit yesterday.
yeah. I don't think my sources indicate about an inch rather than the top end. But of course, you're on that side of the river, so who knows what happened there?
Well, they said 1 to 3 for us.
Yes,
So
yeah, I read the same thing, but I have a couple of different, three different forecasts that I look at.
yeah.
The other two said just a smattering up to an inch. Yeah, so
Oh, that I like that.
yeah,
Okay, well, we might as well start since
okay,
Mr. Jeff is not going to be with us at the moment.
yeah.
He will be joining us, I understand. So, Any questions or
No, you know, not as much practice as I would have liked this week, but no, no questions.
no big
Very
issues?
good. Yeah. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, good morning. How's the weather up there?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
It is
Sunny,
beautiful.
sunny.
yeah. Are you dug out?
Um,
Have the plows been able to get you guys dug out?
oh, well,
Pretty much.
yeah. And I live right on a fairly main thoroughfare. I don't know whether you remember 154 from up
Yeah,
this way. Yeah,
yeah.
so we're right on 154, and
Oh,
so that gets
that's good.
plowed and plowed and plowed and plowed.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of getting the top of the driveway cleared from where
Right,
they plow.
right.
The
Okay.
and our road has been plowed and our driveway has been plowed sort of.
Good. And no issues with electricity problems?
No, I guess both of us lucked out on that one.
No, that's the big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I, I think we both have generators, which
yeah,
really helps because even if we lose power, we at least
Right.
have it back on.
Do you have the type that automatically kicks in on its own?
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
David does. I don't, so
Yeah, when I lived up there, I had the kind you had to pull like a lawnmower, and
yeah.
it was really annoying.
Oh, I that's what we had for years, but
Yeah.
um, a
No,
couple of years.
I'm glad at this stage of the game you guys have an automatic one. That's important.
Yes, I I am not going to go out
No, exactly.
and do that now.
Heck no.
So the Tigshaw has sounded,
Okay.
and we were just Bill was telling me he had no questions or reports because he hadn't been able to practice as much as he wanted to this week.
Yeah, I've had a very demanding week, let's just say. So I'm my practice time was below average, I'll say.
Okay, so why don't the two of you do Little Eight Gates?
Okay.
Um, Thinking of sphericalness and opening and closing and all those other little things.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually should say that I did practice every day, but not very much.
Well, that's better than not practicing at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I sign in again, David?
I think you're going to need to, Bill. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, there I am. Okay.
Yeah. My apologies for the interruption, Bill.
No, no problem.
I there are too many things to play with. So, how did that feel? Was that a good flow?
I felt like my transitions were rough. I wasn't, most of them weren't very good, but the rest of the flow felt okay to me. I was trying to remember to keep my shoulders relaxed, which occasionally I forgot to do, but I think I'm making progress with that anyways. But the
Good.
transitions, for some reason today, I wasn't really on them. for the most part, is my opinion.
It's interesting because that was the one thing I was going to mention, um, and and the the thing that stuck out to me was that I didn't feel like you had or had lost the sense of where was the midpoint between point A and point B.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm usually reasonably close on it, but today I just felt I don't know. Maybe I kept my eyes closed more than usual, and I just maybe that I have don't really have an answer, but I
Yeah,
sensed that I was off on it for sure.
no, yeah, no, I just to really when you do practice, try to be aware of that and make sure
Yeah,
you're, you're finding that midpoint because
yeah,
it unbalances the yin and yang of the transition.
yeah, and I definitely felt that imbalance. And maybe I was just trying to think about too many other things in this flow and didn't think about that enough. But I
Yeah.
will next time now that I know that it can be a problem still.
Okay, and Bill, how?
Uh, I did uh, pay attention to several things I wanted to pay attention to. My elbows,
Good.
probably foremost. But my uh, probably the best word is presence wavered. Yeah. uh,
Well,
yeah.
yes,
You
you
know,
were interrupted.
well, no, I mean, that aside, I mean, that it's just a matter of realizing that, it wasn't going to come back automatically.
Yeah,
Um, so that didn't bother me.
yeah,
But my attention wavered or concentration wavered or, you know,
yeah.
whatever that was about. And it's sort of like what Jeff was just saying, if I have too many things to think about,
Hmm. Yep.
um, um, so
Particularly since we're trying to get to not thinking about them.
yes, yeah. So there wasn't much of the not thinking this morning, and probably that's what bothered me the
Yeah.
most.
Um, the only one I saw that um, I felt I needed to say a word about was the last one,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the middle
yeah.
dantian. For some reason, um, you're not going to see me if I don't make some space here. And I mean, I don't need to change the camera properly for this. Um, but remembering that as you do this, that your circles are right along the sidelines,
Yeah,
forward and back,
yeah. I was coming
not
into the middle. Yeah,
not this way.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I was invading the middle too. So
yeah, a bit.
yeah,
Okay, so but all in all, you're both doing quite well with this. Uh, just it's amazing how much detail there is in this simple practice.
yeah,
It really is, and as Bill was saying too, it's today I was trying to focus on keeping my shoulders relaxed and on keeping circular and on staying down the side channels and staying connected to that and to all the things, too many things this time, and it's such a good practice because we can it's doing the same thing 3 or 4 or 5, however many times, and during that process, you can with each repetition, I feel I can get further into whatever I'm focusing on.
Hmm.
So I find it very helpful and it's such a good, and it's not overly long, it's 8 postures. So it's always such a good thing to practice pretty much everything on.
um, I'm sure you probably both remember this, but I will say that the ideal length is 8 repetitions of each posture.
Oh, actually, I did not
Okay.
remember that. I know we always do 3, and you've always said it's okay to do more. But I didn't remember that it was 8. So that actually is good to know. I'm glad you repeated that.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to do 8.
Yeah.
Um, you can do really for this virtually any number of repetitions that you feel you um, can do without too much effort and have enough time to do without feeling rushed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that 8 is, a quote unquote goal, because when I do have time, I would like to do that. But I do usually tailor it to how much time I have, which isn't always a lot. But 8 is a good goal, I think, for this.
Yeah,
Now that I
it's
know.
it's interesting when you do take the time to do 8 or can take the time to do 8. Um, a lot more energy moves,
Yeah.
and I think your awareness grows of what you're doing
Yeah.
with that.
Mm.
It just it's like so many of the qigong. The ideal number is 20. We can
Mm.
do less
Right.
when we don't have time, but when we do 20, um, we get the full effect.
Mm. I mean, even on this particular flow, there was, I think, at least 3 postures that I did like 5 on, because I just felt like 3, I was just getting into it, and I
Uh-huh.
wanted to go and do a few extras. So
I
it,
know. I
it
noticed
happened.
you did that. Yeah.
Yeah, that usually happens when I'm flowing, and just I feel that everything I'm trying to think of is finally kind of sinking, so I don't want to stop right there.
Yeah.
Do I remember something in terms of repetitions about staying with even numbers?
In in most qigong practices or neigong practices, that's true.
Okay.
In this particular one, I was never taught that that was a requirement for this one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, if you find doing an even number is better for you, by all means.
No, I seem to remember something about that. So
Well, you were right. Most qigong practices, yes.
okay.
Mhm.
So, in in whatever practice you did do, anything come up in the form that you have a question about?
I'm not remembering anything specific, any specific questions.
Okay. So, somebody remind me where we got to.
Uh,
We did the kicks and the turnaround kick.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know if we got beyond that.
I don't have memory of getting beyond that. So, um,
Yeah.
what I'd like is for you to do a flow up to that point, and I would like to have you do them separately.
okay.
So you tell me who wants to go first.
I'll let Bill decide.
Okay, I'll go.
So, Bill, one thing I would say is don't lift your shoulder when you're going into shoulder.
Okay.
It's a good idea to take the word shoulder for that posture out of your mind if you can,
Okay.
because the word really translates as bump.
Bump. Yeah. Okay.
Um, Someone at some point emphasized the shoulder part of it because that is the way that most often we bump somebody, but it could be a number of other parts of the body.
Okay.
So when we take away that word shoulder in our mind, sometimes it helps keep the shoulder down in that. Um,
That will probably be the last portion of this form that I get right.
oh, really?
It's always lagged behind everything else.
I see. Okay. Well, what can I say?
Uh,
So, um, in wave hands,
yes.
um, you kind of lost the constant rotation and particularly the position as you come back to rotating to the left.
Okay.
So I'm purposely staying here so you can see my arms and
Yeah.
not so much the rest. So when you have done this rotation to the right, you have to slow down the turning of your sphere so that it keeps turning, but by the time you step, you haven't arrived here
Okay.
because this shift and circle is a lot bigger than this one.
Yeah.
And you need that extra, just physically, you need that extra space. You certainly could do it having come to here in the center and slow everything down, but slowing the arms but keeping the body moving sometimes is a really tricky thing to try to do. And the way this is set up, it gives you an easy way to keep that rotation of that little sphere a little easier.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think probably in an effort to keep the sphere moving, I sped it up.
mm.
Um, so I can fix that.
Oh yeah. When you think about the fact that what you're doing to the left is much larger than
Yeah.
what you're doing to the right, unless you distort your structure, it kind of helps that.
Okay.
Um, and I know there were three things I wanted to say. Um,
While you're up, can I ask you to do one thing, David?
sure.
At the end for the two kicks, can you just refresh what we talked about last week where when we're turning and our arms coming in and out for just before each kick?
Sure. Let me change the camera.
Just, I know it helped me to have a refresher on that because I had not been doing the in part of that, and I just want to make sure that I've been remembering it right.
Yeah.
I only did that form once during the week. I don't want to lose that.
Okay, I know what you mean. Okay, so, uh, oh, I know. Well, in the process of this, I can say what I wanted to say to Bill. When you're at lift hand at play pipa,
Yes.
um, you're going to turn and come around, and this is coming in and out. Uh, I'm trying to remember what you did, but
I don't know specifically what I did, but I remember, shaking my head and saying that was crazy.
okay,
So, yeah.
good. So we get around to here, and you're going to draw in and out and in and out in and further in and out and coming in, out in. Is that the part you needed?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to the rotation of the arm as we finish the I don't know what part you call this this bit of it,
Subdued
but
tiger?
right the end of subdued tiger that just before the kick, the rotation of the arms it just doesn't feel quite right to me what I'm doing.
Um, well, from here,
Yep.
um, if you remember that we've gone up into this, so you're coming down and in and step and out. So you're turning right and then left. So as you turn right, you're coming in. As you turn left, you're going out.
Okay, and the two arms are at the lower dantian and the sternum, middle dantian.
Middle dantian is the base of the sternum.
Right.
Yes,
The whatever that bone is. What do we call that?
it is your sternum.
Um, right. The very base. I forget the name of it though.
Rib.
Starts with a P, I think. Well, anyways, as long as I've got the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Uh, Bill, did you have a question about that?
No.
Okay. So let me get out of the way. All right. So, Jeff, as you, it didn't look to me like you were shifting back during embrace. Were you? I did,
Yes. During break. Yes.
yeah, okay. I guess I just didn't catch it.
Or I may have done a minimal amount of shifting too. So,
Well, you want to make sure you shift from 60% on the front leg to 60% on the back.
okay.
That's what's happening.
Right. Okay.
In Grasping Sparrow's Tail, it doesn't, again, we're on Zoom, but it
Right.
didn't look to me like you were continuing the rotation of your torso in Pung. I'm sorry, in G.
Um, I think I cut it short the first time inadvertently, and the site and realized it, and on the other side I did it all the
Okay.
way. Did you see? Are you talking about the first part?
Um,
Do you
I've
recall?
actually I thought I was talking about the second
Uh, okay.
because
Um,
I didn't really observe it in the first time, and then the second time it didn't look like it, but that may be the angle that I'm seeing you.
that could be too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it inadvertently cut it short the first time.
Okay.
So, I will try and be aware of that
Yeah.
to remember to do.
Um, exactly what I said to Bill about wave hands is true for you too.
Hmm.
Do you understand that difference?
I do, and I thought I applied it, but apparently not.
Um, well, that's part of part
Because
of
I know going to this side, we want to leave more movement to get under because it's the bigger one.
Yep.
And I did try and do that. Well, I usually try and do that actually. Maybe I don't always succeed very well, but
Yeah.
I try and remember that.
Um, in ah back here. Also in the footwork in wave hands.
Right?
Um, on the left, can you see my feet?
Yep.
Okay. So um, when 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 we step here and we do this rotation, we come back, we turn on the left heel, and then we turn on the right toe and drop the right heel when the foot is straight, and pivot on the right heel out and pivot on the right heel back,
Hmm.
turning in a little bit. Is that is that what you thought you were doing?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I feel like I do that pretty consistently. I don't know. It's possible I didn't do it properly this time, but
Okay.
I do know the difference between the two sides, and
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like I usually do it
All right.
pretty well.
It's just I was really watching, and it
Okay.
didn't appear that
Yeah, it's
the
possible.
right foot was doing the double turn.
Yes.
David?
That may have been very hard to see too, because it's like I think it may have been semi cut off too on the feet. I don't know.
No, this is the first time I've really been able to see your feet pretty clearly. This is pretty good for that. Yes, Bill.
While you have the wide angle, I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
Uh, are you all set, Jeff?
Yep.
Are you all set?
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Uh, David, after grasping sparrow's tail, the sequence of moves. Could you go through the weight shift and whether how much body rotation there is?
Sure.
After the second grasping.
Right. Got it. So, having completed on here,
Yeah,
you're 100% on the right foot.
right.
You're going to turn and shift to about 60% on the left. And as you're doing that, you're turning the right foot in.
Yes,
And then you're rotating and shifting to 100% on the right foot. So that you can, as you start to turn, you can make that step in and
Yep.
then open out into single whip.
okay.
Now, you want me to go beyond this?
No, no, that's the section. I, for one thing, have felt my body swaying. Yours, yours stays very stable in the middle. Your body and the rotation, compared to mine. So
Okay. Any other questions up to there?
Nope.
so,
Okay. So after you've done that kick, and everybody did pretty well with that. So you have a kick and in, and then out to make that step, and you're turning a little bit to the left, and then you continue rotating and shifting to 60% on the left foot. And of course that's an out. So the difficulty with that one is that once you have completed that kick and you've started in, the in continues. You're continuing to draw in till you've made that step, and then it goes out. So you're despite the fact that the leg goes forward, once you have made that kick, you continue to draw in until you start to rotate into single whip. And then you are going to go forward onto the left, and you're beginning to rotate in. And as you come into middle weight, you start going out. And you're going out as you come up at 100% on the right foot, and then come in as you step, and then you're coming forward and bringing that right foot up parallel. You're still coming in, and now you're going to push down and follow it with a chop down. Of course, both of those are out. Question through there?
That last part, David, where you're coming down with the push down and then the chop, are you still rotating to the right throughout that?
Good question. Let me think about that.
Right.
We're coming up. You're still rotating here as you make the follow step, and now during the last part of that, your rotation is a little bit this way, not rotating around to the left.
So the body is going straight down. It's not rotating to the left or right. It's maybe a little circular
It
outward.
there's a little bit as you're because you're still coming in until you start to push down, and now you're going down, and the movement has a little. It's almost simply in your mind that there's a little curve there, followed by the strike.
Right. And is it a blade or a fist?
It's a blade,
Okay.
isn't it?
I had been doing a fist. That's why I'm asking.
So had I, yeah.
Oh, were you? Okay, maybe it is a fist then.
I believe that's blade there. And then you're rotating and coming in. You know what? It is a fist. You're quite right.
The blade is when we turn around, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
when I go slowly and break it down like this, I find now that I sometimes say the wrong thing. So you're right. It is a fist.
Okay.
Because as you come up and in, you're covering that fist.
Right.
So you're coming in, and when you shift into the left foot, that begins the out, and you go forward, and you're pushing down and chopping forward.
Okay. So that whole right turn that you just did, that doesn't start, your body doesn't start rotating right until after you've done the fist down.
Yeah, if I understand what you said, after you have completed this,
That's when you start turning right and rising.
yes.
All right. See, I had been turning right through the punch down of the fist very slightly, but I had started my rightward trajectory all the way around on the way down there. And I guess that was too early.
No, that's too early.
Okay.
It starts as you come back, and you're both rotating and shifting
Right.
into the left foot.
Yep.
And I unfortunately I can't make that step around as the way I used to. So you're coming in, and you step around, and it's you either make that other step or turn to turn to the right, and as you shift into the left foot,
Hmm.
that's what begins to raise the right arm, and then you chop, and you're pushing down with the left. So
Okay.
pushing down and chopping forward.
And you are continuing to rotate right until you complete the chop and the push down
Um,
all the way.
no, actually, the the um, the push down and the chop, you are simply shifting forward.
Ah, okay.
It's not rotating.
Okay.
It's not rotating that to the right.
I was trying to rotate all the way until the end of the chop.
Now, ideally, when you step, you have turned all the way to the side,
Okay.
and then into this.
I got it. All right.
So, any other questions in there up to that point?
Nope.
Not now.
Okay. Somebody try it.
You want me to go this time, Bill?
You go, Jeff, because you have to leave, right?
No, actually today I don't. I took Kate
okay.
earlier. Her shift started a little early, which is why I was a little bit late.
Okay.
So today I'm good. But I'll go anyways.
Okay.
So
Questions?
No, I think I implemented what we just talked about and just adjusted a little bit for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It looked basically looked pretty good.
Okay. In particular, I had been, as I said, I had been rotating all the way through the chop, and this time I stopped rotating and then just shifted.
Yeah. So, Bill, do the very beginning of that sequence again. So you're going to do a kick and then single whip.
Yep.
Okay. What am I trying to say there? Um, wh- After you do the kick, let me
Yeah.
see. Wait a minute.
Mm. Uh,
After you do you come around here and you do the kick and you come back in. There is a step first as you're still coming in, and then rotate and shift in the single whip. It just seemed muddy through there.
Okay.
Um, and after you've gotten the single whip, you continue that rotation forward, coming in and then out, and your arms and your body are all rotating all the way through that.
What am I doing?
No, you were doing pretty well with that, I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
I just wanted to connect it to the
Okay,
other part.
okay.
That part there you just did, David, with the pull down, basically, is that more psi energy or Lu? What do you feel like that is?
You mean the
Where you come down with both hands
oh,
and you're circling to the right, and it's like some sort of a pull down.
I I think it probably that would certainly be one possibility, that you're pulling them
Right.
out of position, and then it might actually go into a throw.
It feels like psi energy, the pull down, but then it goes into what feels like Lu because you're off to the side.
I think there's more force to that than Lou, so
Okay.
it might be an on. It
Ah.
could even be G.
Hmm. Okay.
Just it would depend on
Right. Well, this is why I like to
what
ask. I like
happens
to hear different
here.
interpretations.
What?
This is why I like to ask you these things. I like to hear different interpretations than what I was thinking.
Yeah. Um, I think one of the things would be if you really got complete um, control of their energy here,
Right.
then blue would be perfectly appropriate.
Right.
But if they're resisting and manage to have some portion of resistance, you might want G.
Mm. Right.
I mean, it there are many possibilities with every posture.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, if you ever, I mean, you'd have to pay for it, but if you ever felt like looking at it, um, Bruce does a incredible training of the old Yang style.
Mm.
Um, and part of it is that at the end of each postural segment, he does several applications for the posture.
Mm.
Now, that is the Yang style. It's not,
Right.
and he doesn't teach the Wu Yu Xiang style. He teaches the Wu style. So he doesn't ever do it with our
Right.
Wu
But when
style.
you say you have to pay for it, do you mean he has like a video class online or
Yeah,
no?
in he has actually a gigantic amount of possible things to look at that he has kept online, and he
Hmm.
does he does charge for them,
Right.
um, but there are there's just once you get into it and see what's there, it's really it's amazing.
Okay. Well, that's good to know for a little down the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a there's a absolutely spectacular Tai Chi classics discussion that he did over several nights.
Mm.
One of his students, who's a Chinese scholar, actually asked the questions. It's a really interesting. If you haven't done any study on the classics, it certainly is
Right.
one approach to it,
Right.
and you get a lot of information.
Yeah, well, it's been many, many years since, I mean, the only time I've ever really been engaged in those kind of discussions was in your classes. And this was, many years ago.
Yeah. So,
And those things of Bruce's are through Energy Arts.
yeah, I think you can access them through Energy Arts. Um, they are actually contained in Energy Arts My Kajabi. I don't
Okay.
know if you're familiar with My Kajabi.
I'm
No.
not.
Excuse me. No, I don't want anything from you, madam. Thank you. Um, I was going to check the time and I obviously hit a button.
11:06.
Thank
Yep.
you. Um, it's been so long since I started any of that. I'm not really sure. I'm
Hmm.
sure if you go to Energy Arts that there will be a way to access some specific that will then get you into once you pay for it
Yep.
into My Kajabi,
Okay.
and then you may be able to see um, the things that are there. I mean, it really is amazing. He's also been doing ever since he opened his school in Colorado. He's been doing classes in which he teaches some of them. Um, um, he has a couple of senior students who also teach, three actually, who also teach. Um, it's just there's a huge amount of his training there if you're ever interested in that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Has he always been out of Colorado?
No, he actually lives now in Hawaii. He used to live in California.
Who am I thinking of that was in the Boston area?
Yang Jing-ming,
I don't know. Maybe. Where was Stephen Watson? Where was he from?
he's here in Connecticut. Um, um,
Killingworth?
a little west of us, north of New Haven.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought somebody was in Boston. Maybe Bruce Francis held some seminars there or something in the past. Maybe that's what it was.
Could be. Yang Jing-ming is a pretty big name,
Well, maybe that's possible.
um, and he's written a lot of books and done a lot of videos too.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him, so I don't know that I would have about him though.
Yeah, he was a good friend of Master Joe's and
Oh,
always came to the Master Joe festivals. Not the
right.
Master Joe festivals, the
Zhang Shenfeng.
Yang Cheng Fu
Ah,
festivals. Yeah.
huh,
Anyway,
okay.
um, why don't you together? I'll get out of your way. Both of you blow from the beginning through this, so you kind
Huh.
of connect it up.
Okay.
So any questions come up?
No.
No.
Okay. Jeff, keep working on wave hands.
Okay.
And I think I want to say to both of you, because it's from time to time for either one of you, this is an issue, and that is that your hands and arms never move independently of your body and your energy. So if your arms move, then it can be in this form completely internal, which means that on Zoom, I'm not going to know. But otherwise, the Dantian has to be moving. So don't let yourself fall into what I'm seeing is sometimes as you go forward into something. I'll just use single whip as an example because it happens there every once in a while. You get here, and then all of a sudden there's an extra thing that clearly only comes from the arms or the hands. So nothing comes solely from the hands and the arms. It's coming from the back. The back is causing this to happen. The back doesn't freeze and then the arms move in any posture.
One part moves, all parts move. One part still, all parts still.
Funny how often that comes up.
Every practice.
Okay, any other thoughts at the moment?
Well,
Thank you very much. Good class, guys.
yeah. I have one unrelated question now.
Oh, okay.
Your sweater that you're wearing, is that actually an Irish
Yes,
wool
yes,
from Ireland?
it is. Yes,
Wow.
it
It's
is.
so funny. I had been in Ireland in 1986, and at the time I bought my mother's sweater just like that. You know,
Ah,
real authentic Irish wool made in the country. Totally forgot I had given it to her. A couple days ago, she just told me, "Hey, I found that sweater you gave me when you went to Ireland, and I put it on, and it's great." And here you are wearing a very similar sweater today. So I just found that to be very interesting.
that is interesting.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Um, I'll throw in a side note that Jane is doing well,
good.
Oh, yeah.
recovering from her thumb surgery.
Right. So no complications.
Doesn't look like it at this
Oh,
point.
good.
She's pretty much pain free if she doesn't do something she shouldn't do.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
and flexibility is already improving, and
You said this was just on one hand for now, right?
yeah, just the left.
And she was still thinking about doing the right in the future.
Not if she can help it.
Okay. I didn't know if it was inevitable or not. So
I think there's a possibility of that.
good. Well, hopefully she can avoid it. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah, it would.
Good. Well, thanks for telling me about that.
Yeah. So have a good week.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
too, both?
See you in the morning, Bill.
Yes.
Are we coming up on a new session soon? Seems like it's been a while since I paid you.
We had some interruptions.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it.
Actually, I can't tell you, but I have to
All
look
right.
at my.
Well, just email if it is.
Oh, yeah. It's not next week, I'm pretty
Okay. No problem then.
sure. I think we just had it not too long ago.
Okay.
I don't know. I I keep it all written down
Yeah,
because
you keep up on it. So I just
yeah, I'll
didn't know
let
if
you.
it felt like it was coming up, but you're right. We did miss a few sessions. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Take care, you guys. I'll see you next
You
week.
too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.